Hello everyone, welcome to this VentureBlick unboxing webinar. My name is Janice and I'm really glad that you've set aside 60 minutes to spend with us. I'm based here in Singapore, part of the VentureBlick team, and I'd really like to hear where you're dialing in from. And I already see in chat a couple of people who've dialed in early. Good evening to Siddharth from India. Hello, welcome. And there's also Dr. Pipasha Biswas, right, from the UK, but now in Singapore. I hope that you're okay with the weather here coming from the UK. And a few other people joining us from all over the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. So if you've just happened to stumble upon this link and you're just curious about what this webinar is all about, this unboxing webinar is so named because we're here to unbox new innovation from different parts of the world. And this particular session, we're going to be focusing on 4 Korean healthcare innovations. And today we'll be presenting or showcasing these 4 innovations because we're working with this organization from Korea called the Korea Health Industry Development Institute, or KHIDI for short. And we're pleased to be partnering with 4 of these startups to give them a little bit of exposure. So I understand from some of the registrants, some of you dialing in, that you indicated you are one of our ecosystem partners. There are some clinicians as well. There are also some startup founders and investors. So we're very happy that you've decided to join us. Today, we're going to be hearing about some AI-powered diagnostics and also groundbreaking treatments and some tools that will help to take healthcare forward as we progress. So I hope that you'll stay with us throughout the 60 minutes. We want to involve you as much as possible. So I hope that when the startup founders pitch, that you would think about what questions you want to ask them. I hope that you will also use the reactions on Zoom to send them some hearts, some love, some thumbs up, and also tell them how they're doing in chat, because, you know, a webinar always seems like it's one way, but we want to make this as two-way as possible. And before I hand over the time to the first speaker, I would actually like to invite our founder and CEO, Chris Lee, to say a few words, just in case you're new to VentureBlick and are wondering, what is it that we actually do? All right, Chris, are you there? Could you just say hi, tell us a little bit about VentureBlick? Over to you.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thanks, Janice. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'll just spend the next several minutes to briefly introduce or reintroduce VentureBlick so you guys know what we do, although I see familiar faces calling in more often. Thanks for your dedication to work with the innovative companies. So this time, as Jenny said, we have 4 exciting Korean innovative companies to showcase their innovation to get your attentions. And I'm sure many of you are aware, but South Korea, although it's a small country, reasonably speaking, quite small, but I just saw the Global Innovation Index that was just published by a reputable institution. South Korea, Seoul, the capital especially, is rated as well into the globally top 5 most innovative cities in the world. This is the latest ranking. So therefore, we expect them to be quite innovative and quite promising. So we're going to be sharing that with you one by one, the 4 of them. But briefly, I'd like to share what we do as a venture to support these companies. So I just have 3 slides to go through. So VentureBlick, among many things we do, by the way, we are now regarded as the largest healthcare-focused accelerator in Asia Pacific. So that's what we believe. And then we are the Go Global partner for healthcare companies, particularly in the medtech areas. And we do offer market intelligence and go-to-market support and tech scouting and incubation and acceleration. But we basically work with all healthcare stakeholders, right? So that's what we do with a global network of experts. Next page. And in doing that, we have 6,500 plus experts throughout the world from 60 different countries, and 70% of them are clinicians, meaning medical doctors. Everybody is inactive. None of them are retired, and 30% of them are industry experts. So we actually interviewed and recruited basically one by one. It took us 3 years to get here. So we believe we do have the most extensive network of medical experts throughout the world who can give you useful advice and insight as well. In the next page. And we also have this, we believe we are the most extensive and one and only discovery platform under VentureBlick. It's called EB Discovery. So you can visit our website to check on it. So we have a list of all these healthcare ecosystems. And main purpose of that is to showcase a network and knowledge sharing and innovation discovery and facilitating partnership and deals. So you can actually, I encourage you to visit a discovery platform within ventureblick.com to experience what it is. It's, at the moment, it's all offered free of charge complimentary. So anyone can log in and enjoy the benefit, and you can share it, and you can learn it as much as possible what is there to offer in terms of the latest medical innovation. So with that, I encourage you to stay throughout the end so that you can hear all the way to the end of the full promising startup company from South Korea to see what they're offering in terms of innovation. Thank you for joining us. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Chris, for that quick introduction. Alrighty, let's get started. The first startup is called DYPHI, and here to share us more about it is Dr. Yun. And Dr. Yun, I'm just going to give you slide control so that you can take it away. Just wanted to let everyone know as well that each speaker will be given 5 minutes to share what the innovation is about. I hope that you take that 5 minutes, listen to them and give them some encouragement through chat. Also, if you have questions, put it into Q&A and we'll try to get through it. I think we have about 2 minutes after each presenter to address some of the questions live, but if they can't get to it, they can respond to you while the next presenter is presenting so we can kind of move the whole webinar along. All right, Dr. Yun, take it away.
Sure. Thank you for your introduction, Janice.
Not at all.
So, hello everyone. I'm Sung-Jun, co-founder of DYPHI, and we DYPHI is a team of geriatricians and engineers. We were aiming to build comprehensive solutions for upcoming super aging world. So, we all know that the world is rapidly entering a super aging era, right? But sometimes we often oversight that in most countries, the ratio of older population is still under 20 or 25, and it means most of us have not truly experienced a super aged world yet. In hospitals, though, the older adults already account for over 30% among our patients, and which means we can get a hint from there what our future will look like. And nowadays, the healthcare providers around the world are talking about frailty. In the past, people thought that the age was what the most matters for the older patient. But today, many healthcare providers have realized that the frailty is an underlying driver of healthcare problems rather than just chronological age itself. So in modern healthcare system, people want to understand what the frailty is, and considering the frailty is typically assessed through the physical function, now we can say that a new market for measuring physical function is now evolving. So here is one of solid example about my story. The sarcopenia is a form of muscle frailty in which the physical function is the key diagnostic metric. And as shown in this slide, the market status shows that the growth rate of this market is exceptionally high, and many experts nowadays expect that the sarcopenia market will reach or even surpass the osteoporosis market, which is very huge eventually. So this slide shows another very interesting data. So here you can see that there is a sales data in our internal in our company, which is for the physical performance assessment tool distribution developed by our country. And you can see that there is a similar growth trend as I showed in the earlier slide. And if we take a closer look at the usage data on the right-hand side, you can see that the numbers are clearly showing that the growing demand in the entire market. And beyond the sarcopenia, there are so many different kind of market segments around the world, which requires the physical function as an essential biomarker. And considering the market data and the clinical rationale, as I am showing you in this slide, now we can solidly say that there will be a huge market potential for the physical performance assessment in the future healthcare paradigm. So, is the physical function is a totally new biomarker? The answer is no. Physical performance test protocols were developed more than 40 years ago, and we can easily measure the physical performance with just a simple stopwatch if you want to. Then why am I talking about this today? Because the market dynamics are very similar to the other successful stories. If you see the first example on the left-hand side, I can say that we already had finger prick tests in the past, but the market expanded 100-fold after when we see the CGM in our world. And as you see in the middle side, I can also say that we already had old-fashioned blood pressure monitors in the decades ago, but nowadays we can see the digital versions everywhere, every time. So can you imagine the last mile in the physical performance market in our story? That's the reason why our company developed Andante Fit, which is a modern physical performance test instrument. Based on our extensive experiences in geriatric fields and based on our expertise in multimodal sensor fusion technology, we found the best form factor for the physical performance test iteratively with many medical experts, and we have proven so far that it is the most practical solution that any clinics can use in routine care environment on their own. What Andante Fit does is quite straightforward. It transforms the traditional analog human-based testing experience into a fully digitized and automated one. As a result, healthcare providers do not need to worry about accuracy and precision anymore. And also, there's no longer need to worry about human error problems. And most importantly, the test can be completed within a few minutes with streamlined workflows. Furthermore, because all data are generated in digital form, they can be seamlessly integrated into the electronic system that each healthcare facilities already use, which delivers substantial benefits directly or indirectly. To the best of our knowledge, Andante Fit is the first introduced and the first commercialized solution specialized for the physical performance test in frailty and sarcopenia domains. And it is also trusted by the original inventor of SPPB, aka Shook Physical Performance Battery, which is the most widely used physical performance test protocol in the world. Now, at least in South Korea, Andante Fit is a de facto standard tool for the physical performance test, where more than 70% of top-tier hospitals are currently using on their own. And recently, we've started expanding globally. We've officially entered the market in Japan, Thailand, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Indonesia so far. And we are also have a quite solid confidential partnership in Malaysia and Australia soon. And beyond this Asia region, we are seeing strong demand in Europe and America continents, including North and South. So we are planning to introduce our solution in those markets soon. As I mentioned at the beginning, we are a multidisciplinary team that covers everything from research, engineering, manufacturing, to the sales and marketing. And our company is also built on extensive research networks across geriatrics, gerontology, sarcopenia, and frailty societies. So I believe we are the right people to lead our revolution in this field. And beyond being just the first mover, I confidently say that we can become one of the most important players in the coming super aging era.
Great.
Okay, yeah, that's all.
Thank you so
and
much,
thank you for
Dr.
your
Yu.
funding.
I have a question to get it started. How did you come up with the name Andante Fit?
Andante Fit.
Yeah,
Yes,
what's
thank
the
you for
meaning
your
behind that name?
interesting question. The Andante comes from the classical music
Yes.
domain. And
Right.
our co-founders are a huge fan for the classic music. So that's the reason why we chose the andante, because it's kind of moderate rhythm with the andante.
Ah,
And for the older population, older people, their physical rhythm is quite similar to that rhythm of the andante. So that's the reason why
right.
we chose the andante plus fit.
Interesting. It's a good thing that it's not called staccato. Staccato fit, that would have been terrible. Yes.
Yes.
I saw that someone raised their hand, but I wonder if you could put, I think it was just Siddharth, like if you have a question, maybe you could put it either in the Q&A or in chat, and then I can raise that to Dr. Yoon. And while that question comes through, I have another question. When do you anticipate Europe and US as the next few markets? I know that there's a lot of interest, but how near or far is that in your plan?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the question. We are almost done in getting the CE marking to our device to be entered to the Europe region. So I expect we can start it to sell our device in the Europe region within the 3 months, maybe this winter. And for the
Wow.
US market, we
Yeah.
are also preparing the FCC. So we can say, I'm expecting that we can go to that market at the early of the next year.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so the question just came in from Srikar. Srikar K just asked you, could you share a bit more about the regulatory clearance required? That's one, and also provide more information about the clinical data that demonstrates that, you know, this can help to surpass the current type of care. Could you comment a little
Sure.
about that? Yeah.
Basically, our device is not classified as a medical device, so you can think our device as just a nominal, the electronic device, just like other consumer devices.
Right.
And that makes sense because our device is just a supporting tool to make the traditional physical performance test more faster and accurate. So you can think our device as a very fancy stopwatch.
Right,
And
so it doesn't require regulatory approval.
yes,
It
exactly.
just needs somebody
And
who can operate the app and set up the device.
Exactly. Yes. If our device should be classified as a medical device, then we should think over it, why the stopwatch should not be. Yeah.
Right.
And for the second question, yes, I didn't show you the details about the clinical data, but we have a series of international journal published on the international journal papers, which we done the validation of our system in South Korea, Singapore, and currently we are going to do the same job in Vietnam, Indonesia, and Spain. You can see,
Okay.
you may be able to see our clinical report in our homepage or through the searching the paper database.
All right. Thank you so much. One last question. Someone asked whether your device or your technology, is it protected by a patent? Is it patented? Any global patents filed for this?
Sure. We have a series of patents. We established the IP portfolio to protect our device and technology. So most of them are in South Korea, but we have a few patents filed in United States.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, I think Pipasha Biswas, thanks for your comments in chat. You mentioned that in Europe, this would be classified as a class 3 device. Is that right? So it might be different. I'm not sure. But we do have to move along to the next presenter. Thank you so much for your questions and for all your comments. And thank you, Dr. Yoon, for that presentation as well. Let me just advance to our next presenter. And next up to tell us more about Medility is Jake. He's the head of operations, and Medility has a technology called PillEye, right?
Hi everyone, I'm Jake. As introduced, I'm the head of operation at Medility. We Medility are innovating pharmacy operation with the Vision AI technology. Pharmacists are some of our most trusted healthcare professionals, but what if I told you that huge portion of their valuable time is wasted on repetitive manual tasks like pill counting, prescription verification, and inventory management? At Medility, we believe there's a better way. Our mission is to eliminate these tedious tasks from dispensary, fundamentally shifting the culture of pharmacy from repetitive labor back to its true purpose, patient care-centered care. So let's look at the sheer scale of this problem in the US alone. To count 200 pills, a pharmacist often have to count in batch of 5, 40 times over. This takes about 2 minutes. Now multiply that across thousands of prescriptions every day. Despite technological advancement, a staggering 70% of the pharmacies in the US still count pills by hand. This isn't just inefficient, it's incredibly costly, wasting billions of dollars in labor every year on a task that is ripe for innovation. Then why this outdated practice persists? It's because existing solutions have failed to adequately address the market needs. On one hand, you have mobile apps. They are affordable, but they simply don't offer the accuracy required for prescription dispensing, where a single mistake can have serious consequences. On the other hand, you have large hardware-based counting machines, but they are relatively accurate, but their high cost puts them out of reach for most independent community pharmacies. This leaves pharmacists stuck between choosing accuracy and affordability. This is where Medility comes in. We bridge the gap with PillEye, our Vision AI-powered pill counting solution. PillEye delivers an incredible 99.99% accuracy rate, for which far surpassing what's possible with the naked eye. It dramatically reduces counting time and crucially creates a digital record of every counts for verification and compliance. We initially launched with a photo-based counting feature, but have since evolved to offer powerful real-time counting, turning a smartphone or tablet into a state-of-the-art pharmacy tool. And the responses from pharmacy has been phenomenal. We've achieved significant traction, growing to over 700,000 cumulative users, primarily through word of mouth with almost no marketing spend. Today, we have a strong base of 140,000 MAU, and our subscription model has already propelled us to over $1 million US in ARR from our app product alone. And this is not just a local success story. PillEye has quickly become a trusted and recognized tool for pharmacists and technicians all around the world. And we've developed a flexible business model to meet the diverse needs of the industry. This includes our app subscription for inventory management, a dedicated hardware station that turns any tablet into a professional dispensary tool, and an enterprise-grade solution for quality control in pharmaceutical manufacturing. We see 2026 as a major inflection point for our growth. To capture a significant share of the global pharmacy automation market, we are focusing our efforts on North America. Our primary target is the market of nearly 60,000 community pharmacies. By replacing hardware that costs upwards of $10,000 with an affordable, powerful subscription service, we are perfectly positioned for rapid adoption and explosive growth in this undeserved market. And the PillEye is just the beginning. We are leveraging our core Vision AI technology to evolve into an automated solution for final prescription checks. And from there, our ultimate goal is to fully automate medication management for community pharmacies. We are building the operation system for the pharmacies of the future. A proper vision requires a proper team to execute it. As you can see, we are a dedicated group of passionate engineers, business leaders, and pharmacists with diverse experience from leading tech companies and deep roots in the pharmacy industry. It's this unique blend of technical expertise and domain knowledge that allows us to solve these complex challenges. So together, we are solving a global problem for pharmacies, helping them save time, labor, and money so they can focus on what truly matters, which is patient care. With proven traction, a proprietary data set, and a scalable SaaS model, we're now ready to bring our impact to the US and beyond. Thank you for listening to my pitch. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Jake. I was trying to like see where are you on the page? Your hair has grown longer. That's why I couldn't recognize you. If there's any questions, you can populate it in chat and I'll help you verbalize the question. But just to get it going, Jake, I just wanted to understand, how did this idea even come about, like for a pill counter to help pharmacists? Like, how did that even originate? Yeah.
Yeah, our founder Benny has been running a community pharmacy over 10 years, and throughout his day's work, he was really disappointed on when he have to waste his time on this kind of repetitive tasks. So he was pretty shocked with the AlphaGo competition with the Isedo, the game Go. So that was kind of aha moment for him. Like, the technology advancement is too critical, and the pharmacy has to change, and they also have to adopt the technology to create more value to the patients. So that's how he ended up starting this business, and thought that the AI must be adopted to the pig counting problem.
Right. And how could you just remind us again, how much time does it save pharmacists versus manual counting?
We think we can save more than, we can reduce time by like just 20% of the manual counting will take for our, with our application.
Right. So it kind of reduces, like it takes up only 20% of the effort versus like 100% of the effort. Okay, cool. And it's like 100% accuracy, or has there been any kind of like, have you detected any mistakes, or it's
Yeah, actually it rarely gives mistakes, but there's nothing 100% in
okay.
AI, I think. So
That's
we
fair. That's fair. I
we
like
try
that you're
to
honest
reach
about that.
perfection, but still, yeah, there's room to grow. Yes.
All right, if anybody has questions about PillEye, please put it in chat, or you can put it in, I think put it in chat because I think the Q&A has some problems there, if I'm not mistaken. But if you have any questions for Jake or PillEye, you can just put it in chat and we can circle back to that. Well, So Young Shim, thanks for that comment. He says that, oh, hang on. Somebody just said that, yeah, as a pharmacist, I really like your product and eager to use it. So we hope that it will be available really soon. And yes, one question from Clarence Sai asking about whether, if there are, I like this question, if there are two types of pills mixed together, if we want to confuse this eye, would they be separated?
For now, it's not separated. So
Okay.
our product will detect the majority of the pills if something else is mixed, but we are developing this advanced feature and planning to release it by next year. So
Okay, by next year. So that would differentiate in terms of shape and color?
Our product runs on the machine learning model, so we do not understand how exactly this AI is, detecting the object. But
Okay.
we put a lot of data sets to indicate which one is what. So yeah, that's our core technology. We have a lot of data sets that can be trained on this AI model so that they can the PillEye can accurately count pills. So,
right, and I suppose that would also apply to, there's a comment here about same sounding medications. I'm not sure what that means, the same sounding, meaning maybe it's the same, like when you put it there and it's very similar, but I suppose that is the next generation, right? To try to tell two types of pills or 3 or 4 types of pills apart. Well, one last question. Francis here says that your product is fantastic. Are you considering emerging markets like Africa, maybe Nigeria, because they're like 200 million population?
right.
What are your plans for Africa?
So basically, we are servicing our product through, 2 major platforms, Google and Apple. So anyone who's interested can download it from the app stores. And if you want a premium features like which comes with the hardware components, then we can internationally ship the hardware. But yeah, we do not have any concrete plan for establishing any subsidiary or liaison office in other country than the US. So we'll see. As product grow and business grows, we might open a new locations in some other developing countries as well.
Right, right. Okay, one last question from Christophe DeLong. Asking here whether computer vision and large LLM AI help you to go faster and further. I mean, is this based off Meta Sapiens or others? Wow. As in, I guess the question also here in chat is by Christophe is, what's the comparison between the smartphone and the human, other than the fact that it reduces the time? Any other differences?
It reduces time. Well, if the volume of the pills are like, let's say you have to count like 700 pills in a short period of time, then obviously our product will show way much better productivity and accuracy. So that would be my answer for this question.
Right. Okay, wonderful. Do you have one last statement you want to make before we move on to the next speaker about PillEye?
That was pretty much about PillEye, and we are a rare company which is innovating pharmacy operations. So I hope you can follow our actions in the future. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much. Virtual clap for Jake. Thank you so much, Jake. All right, on to our next innovation. We have Tony here, Tony Lee, CEO of MindVR or MindRich, and I'll let him tell us how to properly pronounce that. Let me just give him control. All right, Tony, you've got slide control. Take it away.
Okay. Hello, I'm Taeyong Lee, the CEO of MindBridge. We are operating MindBridge solutions. We help people who are struggling with mental health. We help the stepping up into the world. Yeah, in South Korea has the highest suicide rate and depression rate among the OECD countries. There are painful reality, but it also shows why the mental health market here and the global market is rapidly expanding, and why the demanding for innovative solutions has never been greater. Because of the negative perceptions and the stigma around the mental health, Korea has lowest access to mental health services compared to other countries. And there are big changes with traditional face-to-face counseling for people who are hikikomori. Hikikomori is the always stay at home, and even stepping out the home can feel impossible, making access to therapy a huge barrier. And on the other hand, the remote counseling also has its limits. Since many counseling tools cannot be used effectively online, it's often become less efficient and less engaging. In remote counseling, the therapist cannot use the important tools like FigureNet or cards. Makes the accession much more difficult and less effective. And so I want to introduce our solution, MindBridge. We tackle these challenges. It offers privacy and comfort for in-person issues and improve the effectiveness and efficiency of the remote counseling, so they don't have to show up their face. They can also recreate the past conflicts and in virtual reality to identify incorrect thoughts or explain their experiences more clearly. For those who have suffered from the school bullying, or our system enable them to use the figures like teachers and students in the school setting to participate in role playing. and psychological counseling based on the family sculpting, which is counseling theory. And if you are difficult to meet the real counselor, you can easily open up to an AI counselor. Using the counseling data, the AI counselor can predict the risk such as suicide, depression, and anxiety disorders, and then the AI send the summary report to the human counselor. We ran the studies comparing our avatar counseling with Zoom counseling. We have published 3 academic papers demonstrating effectiveness of our solution in building the rapport and addressing the severity of a client presenting problem. In South Korea, there are about 3,000 counseling centers, and by targeting just 10% of them, we aim to generate revenue 11.4 billion won through the subscription fee. And our business model offers a subscription to organizations like companies and school and counseling center that already have their own counselors. So the counsel use our system. So we have signed MOU with 18 organizations, including educational office and juvenile counseling center, and we are currently making our first sales to around 200 institutions. And also we have signed MOU with DYPHI, a government counseling agency in Singapore, and we will begin operating test bed starting next month. So, and we are currently working with 55 government counseling agency. With half of them are expected to generate revenue starting in 2026. Yeah, and we are expanding from the B2G business and into the B2B solution. Currently, we are collaborating with the Global Life to provide our content in employee wellness spaces. In addition, we are delivering our B2B solution to 10,000 employees across 3 Hyundai HIDI branches. And by 2026, we are planning to expand into the US market. Yes, and our team, I want to introduce our team member. I have experiences in employee welfare management at US EPS, and our developer have 10 years experiences in game industry, and a psychologist who has a doctorate degree and expertise of the university professor. Together, we are ready to go to global market. Okay.
Great, wonderful. Thank you so much, Tony, for sharing with us about MindVR. Could you maybe, to get the questions going, could you share with me a little bit about, the whole idea of this is because some people are afraid or they are avoiding in-person therapy because of the stigma. So how does VR make it easier for them to open up? What has the feedback been so far?
What feedback so far?
Because it's generally I understand it's easier to talk to another person, right? But in this case, it's not a person. So how does VR help to make it easier for them to open up?
Yeah. Our first client was hikikomori. They don't go outside and they always stay at home, or almost they stay at home for 5 or 10 years. Yeah, and
Wow.
then I think in Korea and Japanese we have a similar situation, and so when we recommend to get out of home, and they feel very afraid to get the in-person counseling. But after we suggesting our game type of the counseling system. They agree and join our system, so they feel more comfort. And yeah, and they start, and after that they get out of the home, and they get and then I think they more getting better. Yeah.
And so, like, once they get out of their home, is the idea to have them connect with a person, a human, like to continue that process, or do they continue with this program?
Yeah, they want to continue our program, but after 10 time or after at least the 5th time, we recommend to get out of the home, and we recommend to meet counsel in person. I think we think that is the more effective therapy. Yeah.
All right, I have an interesting
Yeah.
question that just came in from Minhal Hassan. Have you done any kind of comparison? Everybody uses ChatGPT these days. So, like, have you done any kind of comparison, like the psychological or psychiatric counseling of MindBridge versus ChatGPT? Because I think Minhal has tried and found that ChatGPT counseling quite effective for people who don't want to see psychiatrists because of the social stigma. So, how do you think MindBridge compares to that?
I have never compared to ChatGPT and MindBridge yet, but we are I think they have our system and ChatGPT have different advantage. I think so. We are building up the ChatGPT AI counselor. So like a gaming style like this, so they can talk.
Gaming style.
Yeah, they can talk like game avatar. But this is ChatGPT. We connect the ChatGPT API to this avatar. So like Hikikomori or I think they more open up their mind first. If they don't like to meet a human, the counselor, they feel more comfort with that. And yeah, I think too, the ChatGPT and our MindBridge system have different advantages. So we are making the ChatGPT, a counselor too. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Tony. I just have one last comment, which is for you. Thank you so much, Christophe, for pointing out that ChatGPT will soon be restricted in France for children under the age of 18. So hopefully that will be one restriction, which is also an advantage for MindVR. We do have to move along to our fourth speaker for today, and that is Howard from PMATCH. And let me just help you advance to your slides. There we go. And let me just give you control. The smartest looking man in this webinar. Howard, over to you. Tell us about PillEye.
Thank you, Janice, for the nice introduction. Let me just see. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I am Howard Lee, founder and CEO of PMATCH. PMATCH has developed and provided services that enable patients for achieving self-directed health and wellness. Let me start with a question. How many of you have taken more than a pill a day recently? Don't worry, I'm not asking for a drug test. It's not that kind of pitch. But here's the truth. If you are taking multiple medications, you could be sitting on a ticking time bomb of drug interactions. And most of them are unfortunately invisible until it's too late. Drug interactions are not just an academic concept. Let me give you an example. Earlier this year, a 34-year-old nurse died because her prescribed heart medication
and antidepressants interacted. This is tragic, but not rare. Studies show that patients with polypharmacy, that is, 5 or more drugs at the same time, are 25% more likely to die due to drug interactions. And beyond the human toll, the global healthcare system pays a $30 billion bill every year just for adverse drug reactions caused by interactions. And why? Because healthcare is fragmented. Doctors don't see the full picture. Patients don't know the risks. And the existing systems, well, they are too clunky, too outdated. So millions of drug interactions are missed every single day. Now meet PillTalk, your AI ally for medication safety. Think of it as a digital guardian angel that sits in your pocket. PillTalk comes with several unique features. Number one, it is highly personalized. It is tailored to your prescriptions, whatever medications you buy at a drugstore, and supplements as well. Number two, PillTalk is hassle-free thanks to its intuitive design. So just snap a pill and log it into your system, and it will be automatically taken care of. Number three, PillTalk is worry-free. In other words, the data are backed by the latest clinical findings, which are continuously updated. So all in all, PillTalk detects major drug interactions instantly and generates safety reports. And lastly, but not the least, even talks back through our AI chatbot. If the late nurse that I mentioned earlier had used PillTalk, her interactions could have been flagged. Of course, her life could have been saved. Okay, let's now move on to the numbers. Well, the global TAM or TAM, we are targeting 60 billion adults over 20. It's a huge population, isn't it? SAM, in our serviceable addressable market, we are targeting at 22 billion patients who are on 5 or more medications at the same time. And we narrow down the market at least 2.2 billion people who urgently need services like PillTalk. And actually, they are already actively responding. In our beta run, or beta test, if you will, that ran through just March through April this year, we gained 1,500 users per week only in South Korea with 98% engagement rate. And what's quite striking and also very encouraging was the fact that we were able to attain 87% DAU over MAU ratio, which actually reflects how many users came back to PillTalk to get their questions answered. So that's not just traction. We want to call it obsession.
I like that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so our business model is multi-pronged. As you may see in this slide, B2C, patients and caregivers who want some level of peace of mind can use PillTalk for free. But when it comes to B2B, insurers, I mean, health insurers mostly, like Kyobo in South Korea or AZ, well, actually, those companies have been already in agreement with us to further develop PillTalk as a tool for their financial consultants. B2G, which has been very active, community projects with local governments have been very active. So we are currently have kind of expanding our business with local governments, such as Wonju City, Jeju City, and also Gwangju in South Korea. And soon, we plan to expand our services to cover hospital as well. In other words, integration into hospital EMR systems such that doctors, pharmacists, even nurses can use PillTalk as one of their aid tools. And the roadmap is clear. We'll start first East Asia, then North America, and finally Europe. Because drug safety is a universal problem. PillTalk is quite unique in that it is patient-oriented and highly individualized, which is something that you may not find in other competing services. Behind PillTalk is a rare mix of expertise. I'm a physician by training, trained and practiced both in South Korea and in the United States. Our CSO is a veteran AI researcher, and she also has gained a lot of experience in doing medical big data analysis. Not only that, our devs, marketers, and consultants have already proven themselves in hackathons, startups, and global firms. So in a nutshell, we're not just building an app. We are building a medical data infrastructure, which has been unheard of. Our vision is simple. Let patients talk until their voice is heard. What do I mean by that? With PillTalk, every pill becomes smarter, safer, I should say, every patient empowered, and every healthcare system smarter. So please join us, because safe meds and smarter healthcare systems shouldn't be an option. They should be inevitable for every one of us. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Howard, for that wonderful presentation. We only have 3 minutes left, but there is a question already for you in chat from Francis. He's asking, one comment is that it's really needed, obviously, and in countries, that, especially in regions where polypharmacy, which occurs a lot in developing countries. So have you considered how fake or counterfeit drugs can be tackled while trying to detect the drug interactions?
That's $1 million question. At this point, we are not very much focused on detecting counterfeit drugs at this point. We are basically dealing with it at this point, and legally, approved and used drugs in every single district.
Right, wonderful. Thank you so much. Does PillTalk, one more question here, propose an alternative?
Oh, that's another $1 million question. No, we don't at this point, but you may ask that kind of question through our AI-based chatbot, and the chatbot may provide you with a list of alternative drugs that you may try. But this is a very tricky area because with AI, which has been quite known for its hallucination potential, it's not a good idea to give a list of drugs, alternative drugs that patients may try, ending up with having another kind of drug safety issue. So we don't want to see that kind of thing happen. So that kind of service has to be very strictly controlled, in other words.
Right. Okay, one last question in the last minute. So Harsha, to your question about whether recording will be shared, yes, we have a YouTube channel. We will share this there. And yes, one question about, how many patients have already been using PillTalk as of today?
actually, we haven't. I mean, we have followed up on that issue, and actually, currently, more than 35,000 people have used PillTalk one or more time.
Wow, that's
That is
wonderful.
only in South Korea. So
Yeah.
the number is still in increase. So we are expecting to see more subjects. I mean, more patients, not only patients. I mean, the healthy people are also interested in knowing whether the supplements that they are taking may or may not interact with their prescribed or whatever medications that they can buy at a local drugstore. So our customer base does not strictly, I mean, get restricted to patients, but
Yes.
the customer base also entails,
Right.
I mean, healthy people who are very much interested in knowing whether whatever medication that they are taking may interact with others, even food, supplement, and those kind of things.
Right. Okay. Great. Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. We don't want to hold anyone else back. It's already a minute over. So I just want to thank you, Hart, for that presentation and to thank all our speakers as well for joining us. Thank you, Chris, Dr. Yoon from DYPHI, Jake from Medility, Tony from MindBridge, and Howard from PMATCH. If you're interested at all in supporting any of these startups, I would suggest that you write to us, contact us. You can contact our Korea team at korea@ventureblick.com. That's korea@ventureblick.com. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to have another webinar in 2 weeks' time with another 4 startups, a different lineup of startups. So I hope that you join us then. Thank you so much and have a good rest of the day or have a good evening. Thank you, everyone.